Hey, what's up everybody? I'm finally back after a couple of days off due to my camera mishap, and man am I glad that's over. Today, I've got a tempered glass screen protector by GPEL for the Samsung Galaxy Note7. It's full screen, it's curved, and most important, it's clear. It says here that it'll fit perfect, it's HD in terms of clarity, it's easy to install, has a 9H hardness rating, a smooth feel, and that they stand by their brand. Inside the packaging, you'll find everything that you need in terms of installation. There's a wet wipe by Zeiss. There's a microfiber dry cloth. There's also 2 dust remover stickers, as well as the tempered glass screen protector itself. And now that you've seen everything that comes inside of the packaging, let's go ahead and get ready for the install. It's rated easy, remember? We'll start by taking the wet wipe and thoroughly cleaning the display. And as you can see here, the one included by Zeiss is actually pretty large, so you're not going to have any problems. Like I always say here, just make sure that you take your time as much as you need to make sure that it's clean. When you're ready, move on to drying. And you'll do that with the microfiber cloth that's included here. Make sure that your display is completely dry and you're not leaving any residue. Now it's time to take a look at the protector. Now if you've seen my review for the amazing thing for the S7 Edge, then you're thinking this looks quite familiar. As you can see, the adhesive runs completely around the outside of it, with none in the center. I'm not saying that's an issue just yet, especially since we know that this is quite common with these types of protectors. So right now, let's just move forward with the install. I take my time here to line up the cutouts first at the top and bottom. When it's in place, I release and gently press down in the center. I move from the center out to the edge of the display, and I do this all the way around the protector. I do this because I want to make sure that everything's securely in place and to make sure that the protector's not going to come off. Once I finish this, I give the case the once over around the perimeter, pressing firmly along the edges to make sure that everything's in place. And I do this because I know that I'm going to put a case on this and I'm hoping that the protector doesn't start to lift. So we'll be watching for this, of course. And now that we've finished with the install, let's see how it looks. Starting along the bottom, you can see here that the tempered glass protector comes right up against the edge. And when you're looking at the bezel here, usually when the tempered glass protector comes down this far, that means pairing it with a case is going to prove challenging. Since there's no color matching here, you do see the glue that runs around the perimeter. I won't say that this takes away from the look of the protector or the phone, but I am curious what you guys think. Leave it in the comments below. Up top, you'll find that the cutouts are nice and precise here, and that the home button is slightly recessed, but it does still work, so there's no issues there. But when it comes to touch sensitivity, here's the rub. Things start off well in terms of your everyday gestures. Swiping, pinching, and zooming, again, no issues here. When scrolling up and down on the extreme edges of the display, I couldn't find any issues. So far, everything's working just as I'd expect, and it's buttery smooth. When it comes to typing, however, this is when the issues begin to present themselves. I start by typing a couple of decent sized paragraphs, usually in portrait mode first, to make sure that every area that I tap on the display actually registers. And as you can see here, either I am truly the typo king like I say, or we've got some issues because this was supposed to say it's just a quick note to show you how touch sensitivity is doing. Yeah, so it seems like there's a little bit of an issue here. And that's what the second line is supposed to say, so that's not working either. It is a bit more difficult to type from behind the camera, but it's not that bad. I did continue on typing just to make sure that it's not me. I switched a couple of times back from portrait into landscape mode, and the main thing here is that as I switch back and forth, I'm trying to find as many unresponsive areas as possible that relate to touch sensitivity. Overall, in terms of the typing experience, I would say that landscape mode is actually working a little bit better than portrait, but how many of us actually type this way? Probably nowhere near as many of those of us that type in portrait mode. For me personally, I always take a look at the long press, and this is because I'm always capturing snippets of text for my notes. I couldn't find any problems here, and as you can see, there doesn't seem to be any issues. When it comes to highlighting text and magnifying, it works just as we'd expect it to. And the last thing we'll check out today is, does it work with a case? I've got 3 here, one by Rinky, one by Spigen, and one by VRS Design. I tried them all, and I can tell you here that the thin case by VRS Design is actually going to work best. As I mentioned earlier, because this protector pretty much comes in contact with the bezel here, you're going to want to pair it with a case that doesn't fully wrap around the edges of the display. That means, guys, thin cases, wallet style cases, those types of cases are going to be your best friends here. This is our first full screen clear protector for the Galaxy Note7. I purchased this protector on Amazon for about 20 bucks. This being the first one, overall I'd say it does have a nice fit and feel. Clarity's up to par. Pricing's affordable, But is it the best one on the market? Only time will tell. The link's down below if you're interested, so go and check it out. Okay, so there you have it. Another screen protector review for the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. This one's curved and crystal clear. It's got a decent fit, it's got a nice feeling in the hand, and it seems to have a decent amount of adhesive. If you're pairing this protector with a case, think thin, wallet, or even something along the lines of the Subcase Unicorn Beetle Pro. There are some minor touch sensitivity issues here, so be sure to keep those in mind if you're thinking about purchasing this protector. I didn't mention it one time in the video, but there's no rainbow effect here, something that's very important, so I had to mention it now. If you've enjoyed this video, and for more content like this, now would be the time to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content like this. Welcome. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one.